While many families I work with would kill to even have the opportunity to even wonder if they should wake their baby from a nap, there are babies out there who are naturally inclined to take nice, long, dreamy naps. Some babies are even amazing nappers before they learn to sleep well at night. Parents of those babies are the ones who may wonder if they should wake their little one from a nap. And that's exactly what I'm going to help you figure out today. Hi, I'm Allison Egidi, a pediatric sleep and wellness coach and a mom of two. I love to help parents find solutions. This is How Long Till Bedtime. Babies, like adults, should have their strongest pull to sleep at night, which means most babies will naturally get their longest stretches of sleep during those nighttime hours. But not all babies are by the book, and some babies will naturally take nice long naps. And sometimes those naps can actually be, quote, too long. When that happens, the balance between day and night sleep can get thrown off. It can be off kilter, which can result in more night wakings. All right, let me elaborate. Infant and toddler sleep needs to be balanced throughout a 24-hour period. Getting the proper amount of nighttime sleep and day sleep is important for a baby's growth and development. Obviously, the bulk of our children's sleep happens at night, but naps play an important role. And finding that ideal allocation between day and night sleep can be really important for some babies, both for their development and as it relates to proper sleep pressure. So they sleep the correct amount of time at night and during those naps. So, long story short, there may be times when you need to wake your baby from a nap. Obviously, every baby's sleep needs are unique, but here are some general guidelines. For babies under 2 months, I generally don't recommend letting any nap go over 3 hours. And it's really not going to be ideal if they're taking multiple 3 hour naps. You may find that your baby does best when there's only one nap that's 3 hours, and then any others should be capped at 1 to 2 hours. You're going to have to test that out a little bit. For babies over 2 months, I generally don't recommend letting any nap go over 2 hours. Once babies are 4 months or older, I not only cap naps at 2 hours, I start to work towards the allocation that I think is most restorative and sets babies up for the best night's sleep. Again, every baby's unique, but for example, once a baby is on a 3 nap schedule, my goal is for that first nap to be about an hour to an hour and a half. For that second nap to be 1 to 2 hours. And the third nap is typically, not always, but typically just one sleep cycle. So 30 to 45 minutes. And that third nap is bridging them to bedtime. Getting curious about figuring out the ideal length for each of our baby's naps can really help improve night sleep. I recently worked with a 6-month-old who actually could easily sleep up to 3 hours for their first nap. And then they would take two 30-minute naps later in the day. This was a baby who was getting 4 hours of day sleep. That's great for that age. But this baby was waking often at night. Once we capped that first nap and reallocated more sleep into the second nap and actually a little bit into the third nap as well, there was an immediate improvement to his night sleep. because he was getting another restorative nap during the day, and then he wasn't as overtired at bedtime. We didn't actually change the total amount of day sleep he was getting. We just started waking him from that first nap so that we could get the allocation to a spot that was more ideal for him. For those babies and toddlers on a 2-nap schedule, again, it's about finding the ideal allocation between those 2 naps. It may be similar to how long your child napped for the first 2 naps when they were on the 3-nap schedule, meaning the third nap just kind of fades away and the other timing as far as length doesn't change too much. Or it may mean a bit more sleep is added to one or both of those 2 naps. During this transition, I'm looking for the optimal length for each nap, which is generally somewhere between 1 to 2 hours. And then again, we're in that 3 to 4 hour total range. I realize this is a broad range, and this is where, each human is unique, but these are things to keep in mind as far as thinking about whether naps might be out of balance. The next big shift, where sometimes we need to wake our babies up even sooner from a nap, or maybe for the first time we have to wake them from a nap, is in that 12 to 15 month window. I like to try to keep 2 naps until at least 15 months if we can, but often after 12 months, a lot of people will need to start to cap that first nap down to 1 hour of sleep. And sometimes we also need to start shortening that second nap as well, but that's not usually where I start. That's a topic for another day. Once your little one drops down to 1 midday nap, I typically wake them from that nap after 2.5 hours of sleep. Sometimes I have children who can sleep up to 3 hours, but most we're waking them after 2.5. Once your little one's 3 years old or older, if they're still napping, it's not uncommon to find it beneficial to start to wake them up after an hour to an hour and a half. So if you've been wondering if long naps are having a negative impact on your child's nighttime sleep, or even a negative impact on their other naps, I hope this episode helps you figure out your child's optimal allocation between naps and day sleep and their overall night sleep. If you're interested in learning how much day and night sleep I think is optimal for children based on their age, I have 2 free guides that are available for you to grab. One is for the 2 and under group, and the other is for the 3 to 10-year-old group. I'll link to both of them in the show notes. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll come back again next week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to How Long Till Bedtime. To learn how we can work together to improve your child's sleep, please visit sleepandwellnesscoach.com.